syrups too ended up killing a number of children. At this point in time, Padma Shri, Dr. Sanjeev Bagai, Chairman of Nephron Clinic, with me on the program. Dr. P.S.V. Rao, Consultant Surgeon, Manipal Hospital from Bangalore, is also joining us on the show. Dr. Bagai, all right, it's a good thing that these people have been arrested. We also understand how the system works. The drug inspector has been arrested. The DEG level is, from what I know, I'm not a doctor, is a cheap ingredient. It can mask itself as a curing or a healing agent, but predominantly and nature-wise, it is something which can wreak havoc on your kidneys, and that is how these children died. You would know how exactly that works pharmaceutically. But the fact of the matter is, sir, that this brings about a lot of concern. It brings a lot of concern in parents, in citizens who do not know whether the medicines that they are consuming are going through the ambit of proper moral and physical policing. And that's exactly, this is a huge concern. It's not only about these 10, 11 children who have perished as a result of this negligence. This is giving us an insight into that corrupt system, which a number of these people have exploited, and it continues to haunt the health of our children as well as our adults. What do you make of this case, and what kind of things are expected to change after this massive tragedy?
Good evening, everyone. So 4 quick points in this, and before I say anything, I my condolence and prayers to the families who've lost their innocent children. This is an unpardonable crime. This is legally, whether it amounts to pointing towards murder, manslaughter. This is a negligence and callousness of the highest degree and deserves the maximum punishment. Under the BSN section 276 and 277, it involves imprisonment up to life and punishment. And I think the most severe punishment needs to be meted out to everyone who's responsible. So the first point is, this is a serial lapse. It's a sequential lapse. You can't have a factory which is not regulated. No pest control, no clean distilled water being used, dirty, unhygienic. It's fraught with danger. Point number 2 is this contaminant is a poison. It's an industrial solvent. It's an ingredient which is used in shoe polish, in car, brake oil, lubricants, and so on. It's not meant for human consumption, even the least bit. This is a carbonated compound. It is either ethylene glycol or diethylene glycol. This is very, very quickly absorbed in the body within 20 minutes from the intestines and very poorly excreted. That means it is retained in the body. Within 30 minutes to 1 hour, it starts affecting the respiratory system, cardiac system, and the brain. Children can even have convulsions, they can have unconsciousness, and very quickly they have alteration in heart rate, blood pressure, and go into a state of metabolic acidosis. Metabolic acidosis means it's an early part and mid part of organ shutdown. This is metabolized. This ethylene glycol and DEG is metabolized to what we call as oxalic acid. Oxalic acid are crystals which precipitate in the kidney tubules, and the child goes into complete urine shutdown and kidney failure. Very high mortality, and it's a wonder how anyone has survived from this. It is colorless, it is odorless, it is practically, it can't ever be even tasted in any ingredient. It is a poison. The next point is the soft target has been made the doctor. Now, I'm sure the doctor would have a valid degree and his registration would be intact. But the point is, he doesn't know what is containing in the syrup. Next point is, syrups per se, we need a huge campaign of public awareness. Small children and infants should not be subjected to antitussives and cough syrups. In little older children, cough syrups can be used, but not in combination. Unfortunately, in India, you have 2, sometimes 3, sometimes 4 ingredients in a cough syrup, and then the dose calculation becomes a challenge. It should only be under a medical supervision of a qualified pediatrician, and the pharmacist and the chemist should not be prescribing this. WHO has come up with some sort of statement. I think they have not much role to play as far as Indian pharmaceutical industry is concerned. But if you look as an honest person, introspect and see, this is a wrong message to the world. We are the pharmacy capital of the world. We are the vaccine capital of the world. We are providing more than 60% of the drugs worldwide. Is this what we want to showcase to the world in 2025? What is the cost of a human life? Because these children belong to a lower socioeconomic category. They don't have a voice, but they are a soul. We've lost precious lives. Maximum punishment under law should be meted out in a time bound manner and let it be known to everyone. If you poison, if you adulterate, if you mix anything along the lines of medical preparations, which is for human consumption, and it causes any mortality or morbidity, punishment is going to be right next to you. Over to you.
Dr. Rao, what do you make of this case? Is it so easy, to kill 11 children uh, and get away with it in our country? And what's the role of the administration over here? These inspectors were employed, but they're not highly paid. They can be bought off, they can be corrupted. And I'm sure this is a tale for a number of products, which are lying in the pharmacies, which are lying in the chemist shops, and are just waiting to be taken by innocent civilians who really don't know what's going on over here.
Good evening to you and to the panelists and everyone who's watching this. And my condolences to the innocent children who have been killed. I don't want to repeat what Dr. Sanjeev Bagai has already spoken, but to answer your question, the law is there. The original law was from 1940, amended in 1948, then further amendments and punishments written into it in 2008. But what is the use of a law which is not enforced? And what is the use of regulatory authorities who don't do their job? Now, every state has its own the drug officers to look into the safety of the drugs, the quality of the drugs being manufactured in that state and distributed in that state or even imported into that state. Now, this is a state subject. Now, each of these drug regulators, the officers should be regularly checking. There are two issues here. One, there is a shortage of these officers because most of these posts are lying vacant due to litigation and due to politics. Second, the people who are, since you have got a shortage of them, they won't go around checking many of these companies, especially small companies. They will go to a few of the large companies and otherwise sit in their office and wait for samples to come. Now, every batch of every medicine, a sample has to be taken for quality checking. Now, if you just sit in your office and expect the company to come and give you a sample, they will obviously give you some sample, not necessarily the actual sample. So, this is the issue. We need a better check on the quality of each company producing each drug, each batch, and this has to be done on a regular basis. You just imagine, suppose you go and eat, you remember once there was hue and cry about Maggi noodles having some chemical which shouldn't be there. And then there was this, there have been many other such occasions when things which shouldn't be there in food have been there. Now, that is the job of to check the hygiene and the quality and the safety of food or drug is a job of these regulators. And if they don't do it, then or if they are not enough of them to do it, then you have a situation like we have in many parts of India. There is inadequate policing, so you can get away with crime because there is no one to come and investigate it or check out what is going on. Even if this proper investigation is not done, mind you, they may have been arrested today, but tomorrow when in court, the correct, I mean, if the investigation has not been properly done, then the case will be thrown out saying there is not enough evidence. So the person investigating it is also important. So we can't be just satisfied that, okay, now some people have been arrested. The people should be arrested, they should be properly investigated, the proof collected and put up into the court so that these people are actually put behind bars. If you don't do it, this story is going to repeat. It has been repeating, it will continue to repeat. And it is specifically to do with this children's cough syrup. And another thing is, our health services are based on trust. If public loses trust in us, then they will go to the village quack, or they will go to the homeopath or Ayurveda or anyone else. See, this is what's going to happen. We can't have a situation where people lose trust in the medical services.